Let's first talk about the difference between processed and whole food. Processed foods are altered from natural state, while whole foods are close to natural state. Processed foods can be categorized as less processed and highly processed foods. These are foods where chemicals are added. They are loaded with sugar or its twin high fructose corn syrup. Less processed foods maintain some of the original properties. All veggies are natural and unprocessed, while any food in cans, for instance beetroot, is processed. The canned products have added sugar and preservatives ingredients. Stick to natural products and avoid canned products purchased from your supermarket. Why? I will explain as we go on. Processed foods are not just microwave meals, other ready meals, white rice and white bread only. 90% of the foods you buy from your supermarket is processed, and that's what you enjoy daily. Next time when you visit the supermarket, buy natural, unprocessed foods grown in the grounds like veggies, fruits, and avoid canned products. Freeze ready-made foods like pizzas, potato chips from the cool fridges in your supermarket. In addition to the unhealthy effect of processing, also have added trans fat to increase their shelf life. Avoid all such foods. Your body cannot recognize the difference between trans fat and normal fat. This bad fat gets into each cell in your body and plays havoc, leading to chronic diseases. Processing means doing something to the foods to change it from its natural state. Some foods are highly processed where sugar, oils, and artificial colors or preservatives are added. What we eat today purchasing foods at supermarket is processed foods other than the vegetables, fruits, nuts, legumes, cereals, grains, lean meat, fish, and dairy products. The rest of the products on your trolley are processed foods. 6 out of 10 Australian packaged foods are highly or ultra processed. More than half are discretionary junk foods and only one third are healthy, according to a new analysis by the George Institute for Global Health. Lead researcher Michelle Crino said, our research shows that Australia's packaged food environment is full of foods laden in sugar, fat, and salt that are also highly processed. It's not just a few packaged foods that we need to be aware of. Our supermarket shelves are full of products that are making us fat and making us sick. Most of these processed foods purchased from the supermarkets, you and I, are energy dense, nutrient poor foods such as sweetened soft drinks, cordials, flavored waters, biscuits, chocolate, meat pies, butter, and salty snacks. These processed foods could be ultra processed, moderately processed, and less processed. Most ultra processed category of foods in your supermarket are convenience foods, including ready to eat meats, pre prepared sauces or dressings, canned or processed meats, ham, salami, bacon, sausages, cheese, breakfast cereals, cakes and biscuits, frozen meals and desserts. Professor Bruce Neal of the George Institute for Global Health said, shoppers are being bombarded with junk foods, and it is little wonder we are, we are during an obesity epidemic. It is sad that unknowingly you are mostly buying junk foods we should be eating occasionally. These foods cause an obesity problem with the nation's waistline. It is not the intention of people to become obese, but they have no choice because wherever you go, you must eat unhealthy food. In addition to the obesity problem, the findings come just months after a UK study published in the British Medical Journal that these ultra processed foods are linked to a heightened risk of cancer. Processed foods are tasty due to the added sugars, salt, and fat, and your chances of eating more resulting in being overweight and risk of chronic diseases are more likely. Processed foods that do not contain excess sugar, salt, and fat may not be unhealthy. Some foods need to be processed to make them safe, such as milk, which needs to be pasteurized to remove harmful bacteria. To improve one's diet, you should include whole foods and decrease the amount of processed foods. The labels will read that no added sugar. Sugar consumed in excess causes serious harm to the metabolism in your body. Sugar has empty calories. It has no essential nutrients but only a large amount of energy. It leads to insulin resistance, high triglycerides, increased levels of harmful cholesterol, and increased fat accumulations in the liver and the abdominal cavity. Increased sugar consumption in your processed foods and beverages can be linked to chronic illnesses like including heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and cancer. If you read the labels in the packaged foods, they give you a whole heap of ingredients. These ingredients are not actual foods. They are all artificial chemicals that are added for various purposes. Highly processed foods often contain preservatives, colorants, flavor, texturants. Junk food you eat are all processed foods. Your brain gets addicted to such foods and you may start eating them to lose control over their consumption. The bottom line, remember, you patronize your supermarket with the hope of purchasing nutritious food. But what you are bringing home is processed foods in various forms of packages that is detrimental to your health. Vegetarians are lucky people on our planet. Hope you enjoyed watching this video and give it a thought about your next purchases at your supermarket. Bye for now.